Well, the job numbers are out. The interest rate decision already came in. We already knew that the Fed was not going to lower rates. So they're going to cause hyperinflation and a crashing of the dollar, and they don't want to be blamed for it. While Trump is railing, I want to talk about how the dollar is on a collision course because of rates and the job numbers. Most people don't understand how this happens. I'm the Economic Ninja. Thank you so much for joining me. Got a couple stories to share with you, and this is the last day, I believe, of the pre-filming discount for the Crypto Security 101 course. If you want to learn how to secure your crypto and not get robbed and not lose it to a theft, it's a course that I've been asked to make forever. That link is down below. All right. First off, Trump blasts Powell after the Fed votes to keep interest rates steady. Now, this is very important to understand why this is so darn important. Trump goes on to say, too late Powell has done it again. He's too late and actually too angry, too stupid, and too political to have a job at the Fed, as the Fed chair. Gotta love this stuff. The truth is the Fed is always late, and they do this on purpose. Why? Because they don't want to be blamed. They want to be looked at as the monetary savior of the world. Please understand that. It's very easy. Yeah, let me ask you this. Let's just put it in this form. Have you ever seen somebody that doesn't have the cojones to actually make a call ahead of time? Like, I believe this is going to happen. And instead, they let life happen and they say stupid things like, yeah, I saw that one coming. Oh, yeah? Where were you the whole time? Type yes or no if you know someone like that. Someone that always seems to be right, but it's not because they're smart. It's because they play dumb until it happens. They go, yep, figured that one was going to happen. I saw it all along. And it's the most famous one I ever hear about is, oh, all the signs were there for the Great Recession. And there are a lot of people I knew before the Great Recession when I was selling all my homes in 06 and saying there's a housing crash. We're already underway. It's going to get really bad. Sell your homes. Lost a lot of friends. And I saw all kinds of people, years later, oh, all the signs were there. Yeah, it's called the Economic Ninja telling you there's a housing crash coming. Go freaking do something about it. But hey, they're in the exact same position where they are now. I am not. And I don't want that to be your fate, right? We want to see these things coming. You got to see the horizon and where we are and go, are we level with the horizon? Or are we turning sideways and we're about to auger in and crash? So the thing is, the Federal Reserve, they are the same way. They sit back and on purpose let all the data, we're data dependent. Okay, well, data is old, right? Data is based off of things that happened in the past, not things that are coming in the future. So they're like, we're data dependent. It's bad. It's really bad. Is it really, really bad? Okay, we'll do something about it. And then they look like the savior, right? They plunge rates, but by then enough people have lost their credit score that it doesn't matter because they can't afford loans because banks have tightened their lending. And that's exactly what's going on now. Now, the Fed already went through a rate cycle of a cutting in the rates. And I said this was going to lead to more inflation. Now, here's the facts. Do you believe that inflation has waned? Has it gone down really significantly? I mean, I'm looking at a 2x4. It's gone down ever since the trade issues and the supply issues from Canada, but it's nowhere near where it was in 2019. Gallon of gas, same thing. Food. I don't know if you've been eating any steak lately, but it's getting pretty darn pricey, right? So everyone's getting affected. And what it's doing is because rates are still elevated and inflation is definitely elevated, I don't care what the government says. I don't know if you know this, the government likes to lie. Type 1 if you agree. The government likes to lie. Let's just see. Oh, type 2 if you're like, no, the government is here to help us. They're here to help. When they show up on my doorstep, say we're the government and we're here to help. Like FEMA, I don't see any twos. That's weird. All right, here we go. So let's go to CNBC because what's happening right now, CNCB, what? Come on, Ninja, wake up. Let's have a little more coffee. We've got to think about how this is affecting the jobs market. And when I'm saying it's on a collision path, I'm going to explain. The U.S. added I love how it's just 73,000 jobs in July, and numbers from prior months were revised much lower. Well, that's no good. Now I'm going to read from the mainstream media, okay, and then we're going to decipher it. Non-farm payroll growth totaled 73,000 for July, above the June total of 14,000, but below even the meager Dow Jones estimate of a gain of 100,000. So, okay, Wall Street's wrong. That's weird. That never happens. Sense sarcasm. June and May totals were revised sharply lower. Now, I want you to understand. This is wordsmithing at its best, okay? They're telling you bad news, but always putting a little bit of a good spin on it, okay? So when the numbers in May and June were revised much lower, sharply lower, that means they're wrong. See, Wall Street's always wrong. The only thing that props up Wall Street is Main Street retail investors. People staring at me. They see me yelling into a phone and they're going, what is that person doing? Okay, the weak report, including the dramatic revision, could provide incentive for the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates. No, it's not going to happen. See, that's that little spin, how these, I got to be nice. I'm going to be on CNBC soon. All right, healthcare. Actually, I probably won't with this kind of talk. Healthcare and social assistance combined for some 94% of the job growth. Well, that's because we have an aging population. The baby boomers are getting older. There's issues there. I mean, we're not giving birth this fast. Young men and women are not dating like they used to. COVID screwed this whole thing up. Dude, do you agree with that? Type 3 if you see that. Our entire world, our entire society has been completely screwed up since COVID. And I still see people every once in a while with a mask. I'm like, how scared and in fear do you have to be to wear a mask at this point, right? Now I get it. There's legitimate health concerns, right? But I'm sorry, when I see a 22-year-old on a skateboard going down the street with a mask on, I'm pretty sure there's no complications there except for in his mindset. And my heart goes out to these people. So it goes on to tell you more crap about the jobs. But here's the thing. As the sustained inflation is higher and interest rates are still higher, what happens is job growth slows and it never stops, right? It always grows because of the way the government calculates job numbers. But the problem is that companies are having to lay people off because they're getting fewer and fewer jobs. Construction in all areas is slowing down. Sure, is Lennar still building homes? Absolutely, because they have to, because they sign contracts. They're actually screwed. Not only them, Toll Brothers, all these guys, every big builder out there, Centex, and they're screwed. They were the exact same level of screwed in 2007, though. And it only takes a little bit of a catalyst, and that catalyst is public perception. You see, it's like the crypto markets. You notice that Bitcoin's down to 115 and all these other alts are down right now, right? Well, it's because of perception. It's a feeling. And if that feeling's not there, people aren't buying. And if they're selling, then things go down. And so once that opens up, and you're going to probably see more and more of this in the next couple of months, because the fall months always lead to slower times in the economy, period. No matter what year it is, it's always a fact, just like spring speeds up things. So you're going to see these problems exacerbated, and you're going to have a lot of opportunities coming in the future. I hope you got something out of this. If you want that crypto security course, please check it out. I know people that have lost a lot of money because they don't know the basics of how to secure all their stuff. I mean, everything from RFID chips to special types of passwords to way you secure stuff on hardware devices with 2 different wallets attached to each other. Anyway, it's a whole thing. All right, I hope you got something out of that. The link's down below for that. I'll talk to you later. The Economic Ninja